G'day, welcome back to Duckzorly Gaming and our ongoing Let's Play series on Beaver Creek. So, we are back up and running. We had a little bit of trouble after the last episode. We had a game corruption and it took us a significant amount of time and numerous attempts to try and get everything up and running again. It just kept on crashing every time we tried to load, but as you can see, we're back up and running now, which is fantastic. And we actually got a little bit ahead of where we were when we left the last episode. So both of our sugar beet fields have now been harvested, and we're now busily, as quickly as we can, trying to seeds. I don't want seeds. Quickly as we can, trying to I've got to try and find where my dry fertiliser is now. Quickly trying to get our sunflowers planted in all the fields we've harvested, so as we can. Where's our soil fertiliser? Sure, that's it there. Surely. Get sunflowers planted, so we can try and get a double crop in before winter. So, as we said in the last episode, we've there we go. It is working. All right. So we've planted, and bring up the map. So we've planted in fields 1, 5, and 6 our sunflowers, and we're currently planting in field 10. We have. I'll head over there and have a look. I've got 2 seeders running on the one course play. This is using the course play function. Down here we got multiple tools. Now this came in, I think it was the 5.01 version of courseplay. It came in about the same time as the Combine Convoy came in. So we're utilising that. So it makes it nice and easy to set up. You don't have to go in and offset the amount of meters and everything for your seeders or your combines or whatever you're doing multiple tools with. You just basically tell it how many tools down here. It automatically calculates the width and hence the course. And then all you need to do is you go into your driving settings and you just select your lane offset. So this one is set to left and the other one is set to right. Now if you had, say for instance, 5 lanes or 5 units, you would have 1 left, 2 left, 1 right, 2 right, and a centre. And that's how you assign your tractors or your implements to the course, and that's it. Nice and simple. So there you go. As you can see, they're busily seeding away. So it makes light work of it when you've got 2 running simultaneously and working on the same course. All right. So we'll jump back over here, grab this guy. So what we're doing with this guy at the moment is we are fertilising our fields. So we've just almost fertilised field 1 here. We just had to refill the fertilising trailer. So he's going to go up here and finish fertilising this. He's running a course play course, and then we're going to go do fields 5 and 6 as well. And then once we've done that, we'll also head over and do field 10, and then we'll be right, and we can just move into getting some other work done around the farm, as in probably move some of our production stuff around. So offloading some solid and liquid manure, fertiliser, fuel, bring the fuel over, put it in the fuel storage facility, all that sort of stuff. So heading him off underway, and that's all good. So what we'll do now is we'll do exactly that. We'll head on over to the biogas and we'll see what we've got over here. So we filled up with digestate. That's all good. It's not running. Why is it not running? Because our liquid fertilizer is full. Right. Now this has a different capacity to what some other maps had. So for instance, if I remember correctly, on Sherwood Park Farm, it was 150,000 litre capacity for our solid fertiliser, liquid fertiliser and our fuel. It's only a 50,000 litre capacity for this one. So need to be more mindful. Now I'm not sure actually why Stevie did that. I don't expect them necessarily to come on and let me know, but considering we actually have double digestate tanks over there, and we've got double processors, as in effectively the silo kings are under the ground, I would have thought we'd be able to put a lot more through, like a lot higher throughput. But anyway, it is what it is. Load up our liquid fertilizer, and then this should all kick back off again. So this is on an auto unload, so as soon as there's something under the trigger or on the trigger, it will unload. So it's automatically unloading our solid fertilizer. And our fuel, oh, there we go, got 50 litres in there, and we've almost got a full trailer load there now. So what we'll do is we'll take the fuel over, and then we'll come back over and we'll probably take what's in the solid fertilizer over. So we're using our Mack B61s, as I said in the previous episodes. We traded in our more modern trucks for these Macks. Now they do struggle a bit more under load, and they're not as quick and as modern and all that sort of stuff, but I actually enjoy using these ones a lot more lately. So we're playing this game for pleasure and a bit of fun, so I decided we'd change out and go to the Macks. So that's what we've done. Now, as you can see, we've also got our new Simulation Gaming Society tanker, well, as I head off the road, adorned with the logo on the back, as I'm about to run into a tree. We'll go back in cab so I can drive a bit better. Yeah, so we've got those in use here now. So that was just basically a change in the livery. We removed our Three Dudes Gaming Network one and replaced it with a SGS. So I'll head on round here to the farm. Now, with this production, we will just with the amount of fuel we've got there now, we will probably never ever need to. It's jumping around a little bit. Never need to produce any more fuel for this game. We've got more than enough stored there now, I think. So now I'm pretty sure I offload on the outside. There we go, so offload now. So as you can see, well, you can't see yet. We'll move over here. We've connected up with our pipe. Fuel is being offloaded, and then that will now be available from the inside here. We'll be able to get our diesel fuel from here, so we just bring our tractors in or trailers and whatever in here, refuel here, instead of going out here and buying our fuel at the market price. So it's all about getting the production stuff. It's all about minimizing our costs. So the most expensive things that you've got in this game, basically for ongoing costs, is your seeds and your fertilizer, particularly for your crops. So by having these production facilities on your map and having them up and running, you very quickly can wipe out, at a very minimal cost of outlay, you can wipe out a lot of your outgoings and your expenditure. So it's in your best interest to sort of get it going as quick as you can, and that's why we concentrated on mowing so much grass very early on when we could. Not that we needed it for animals or anything, just to get the production facility up and running. So converting the grass into digestate by putting it directly into the digestate, the biogas system down here. Or alternatively, we could have put in a fermenter and then use silage to do the same thing, which is what happens on other maps. Like, so for instance, on Sosnovka Extreme, we take the grass, put it through a fermenter, get our silage, then go put it in the biogas, and then get our digestate. Then take the digestate to the production facility and use it to make all your product. So as you can see, our solid fertilizer has started again there now. He's chugging away nicely. Alright. Let's have a look, see how much we've got. Probably not really worth a trip for that lot. For this one, he's only half a trailer, but we'll take... Oh, let's have a look, see what the tractors are up to. He should be finished, so we'll go and grab him. That's what we'll do. Alright, so we'll take him and we'll head on over here to field 5 and 6. And we'll get those going. We might just do these ones manually because we don't really need to worry about a course play on these because it is such a quick job to do. As long as I actually line myself up properly. Alright, so I hope everyone is well. I was quite remiss in sort of getting to that straight away. We went straight into getting everything done. But yeah, so it's what is it, Wednesday the 4th of April when I'm recording this. But you won't be seeing this till I think it's end of April. Anyway, I know this one's sort of catching up. I haven't got that many recorded, this one, but anyway. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Tonight the Commonwealth Games have started up in Brisbane, up in the northern state here of Australia. So that will be on our television for the next 2 weeks. Yes, I know, some people call it the poor man's Olympics, but anyway, it's sport, and we like watching sport. But anyway, as you can see, we've also mowed a bit of grass over here, and we've so we used the Abomination Mark 1, and we have windrowed that, and all we've got to do now is we've got to bring a tractor and a baler over here, and we're going to bale that up and start storing our bales ready to get some sheep going. Now we're also going to put the enhanced chicken pack in at some point, so we're going to have a whole pile of chickens running around. Truth be known, we already do at the farm, but we're going to get a lot more. So that will come at a later point. Not right at this point in time, but we'll start prepping for that. For the chickens, we're going to need, I think it was wheat, barley, or possibly canola. I think were the 3 seeds it takes. Water, which isn't a problem because it's that's fairly easy for us to get. Although it's not plumbed in on this map, I haven't gone and done that myself because GE hates me and I hate it. And straw for the if we're going to do the breeding, that is. I'm not sure whether we'll just do the breeding or whether we'll just buy a whole heap of chickens in and just get them to produce copious amounts of eggs, and we'll just sell them all off. Right, as we've almost already finished this field. Now I know there's going to be a little strip right up the guts of this. Yeah. Anyway, that's alright. Yeah, so once we've done that, then and we've sown these fields, it's just a matter of and fertilise them. We've got to go over and fertilise field 10 after we do 5 and 6. And then it's a matter of just waiting for our cotton fields and our soybean fields to come into harvest. We do have a field that is ready to harvest. I think it's field 12, but I'm not sure what we've got in that. That might actually be soybeans. I think it was one of the first fields that we actually sowed. But we'll go and have a look at that after we've finished with fields 5 and 6. So you can see down there, you can see the Abomination Mark 1. Obviously the Abomination Mark 2 is what you would have recently seen on the Valley of the Old Farm, and where else have I used that? You may or may not have seen it yet on Sosnovka Knot. But anyway, that's all good. Alright, so that's finished. Head on down to field 5 and we'll just do the same thing all over again. There you see the Abomination, you get a good view of that. Now the Abomination, that's the Mark 1. That, as I said before, I got that off Mr. Sealy P, and he got it off someone else. And the actual name of it, though, was coined by Farmer Klein, and it sort of stuck. He called it an abomination, more of an insult, more so than a nice term or a endearing or a term of endearment or anything for it. And I've continued on that name, so that's why we've got the Abomination Mark 1 and the Abomination Mark 2, which is the gritter. So basically it's the two gritters on the back of the Lemken Gigant, and we can basically, using the 4 meter width gritters, we can actually end up taking out 8 meters of snow, which means we can basically do pretty much the full width of a road or a oversized track, all that sort of stuff. So we don't have to do multiple tracks back and forth sort of to do one road or whatever else. Very handy. It's very cheap and very easy to run, so it's our tool of the trade. Now there is 2 versions of it. There's also there's 2 different gritters you can get. You can get the smaller one, which is 600 litre capacity or something, I think it was, which is the Cavernland, and then there's also and the name of it's just slipped my tongue at the moment. The Breedle, I think it was, and that's the bigger one that holds, I think, 3,000 litres or 4,000 litres per unit. That can be used as Abomination Mark II as well, although you need to use a lot bigger tractor with the heavy weight on the front, because the weight of 8,000 litres of salt on the back of the tractor doesn't work with the smaller tractors. Well, it does work, we just don't get anywhere. Alright, so almost finished this field. Two runs most likely to go back. Now obviously my 2 tractors that are over there doing the seeding of field 10 have come a cropper. They've run into each other, so we'll have to head over there and sort that out once we finish this. We'll be heading over there anyway, so we'll fix it up when we get there. This field's obviously a little bit narrower than field 6, or I've just totally aligned myself differently, but I'll finish this off with the 1 run instead of doing just a partial run, so that's okay. And what we'll do is we'll go down the back way, so the northern road around to field 10. We won't go back around through the farm or around the farm. So this is probably about the same, but get a different view. All this grass here can still be mowed. We'll probably do that at some stage very soon. But we've got enough grass stored there at the moment, so don't really need to worry about it. Well, actually, we haven't got any stored. It's all being converted at the moment, so there's plenty of grass we can mow and collect if we need to. So that field there is the field for the cows. Off to our left. Off to our right is where we have field 12 and 13. So field 12 is one that's got the, I think that is soybeans looking at it. So that's ready to be harvested. And this being field 10, although we've got a lot of little areas to clean up. So we will do that at some point. We'll have to do that before we actually start fertilising, I would say. Actually, no, it shouldn't make a difference. We'll do it anyway, just to be sure. Make it nice and tidy. Alright, so we'll head on over here. Oh, they've sorted themselves out. That was good of them. Still going? Oh no, because he's doing laps. I really do not understand why it still does this every now and again, but anyway. I'm assuming this is the run that he should have been on, without looking at him. So we'll get him started. Nearest waypoint, drive course. And away he goes. Alright. They're probably both going to run out of seed as well before we finish this field. What's this guy at? 365. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have enough seed to finish off. That's alright. I'll probably get another two. They're going to be close. It's going to be very close. There's only going to be a little bit left, I reckon, by the time it'll get at least another run down completed. And then it's only probably got another run to do up the other way. Yeah, I think it'll be very close to having enough, but you never know. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, so what we're going to do is have a look. I'll bring up the calendar for seasons. So as you can see, with the sunflowers, or all these crops, we've started harvesting. So the yellow is the harvesting. So we've harvested our wheat, our barley or canola if we had that in there. We've also been able to harvest our sunflowers, our potatoes and our sugar beets. Now, the harvest time for sunflowers goes through to the end of autumn. So noting that we planted our sunflowers here and we have harvested them here in effectively game day 7 or 8. So first 2 days of summer. We've got another 8 days. We should, I would hope, have these sunflower crops be ready by day 5, 6 of autumn. In which case we will then be able to harvest those and hence have our double cropping. Now obviously we could have also done it with, actually no, we couldn't have done it with anything else other than grass, poplar or oilseed radish. So I've done it with sunflowers. I mean, poplar we could have well and truly done, although we don't know what the growing cycle is. I'm not sure what the length of the growing cycle is. Grass we can do, but then you don't get any growth. We do get growth, but you don't get much of it through winter, well, normally. But then remember, we are running, this is the Australian GEO, so I think you will still find you get growth for grass through winter. You just can't harvest it in the first 2 days of winter in the 6-day season cycle. So, but yeah, it's all part of the difference with the South Australian GEO. Now, the South Australian GEO, I do have that listed. Actually, no, I might not have it listed down below. It is available from the Realismus Modding GitHub site. You need to go into the section where it's got the seasons, geos, and you will find it's got the 5 or 6 geos that the Realismus crew have done. And you can either download this one on its own, or you can download all of their current developmental versions of their geo mods in the one go. So certainly I encourage you to head on over there, and if you want to check out the South Australian GEO, which gives you again, it's like all the geos, it gives you a slightly different way of farming because the climate is totally different, so things are responding differently, so you get to do it in different cycles and all that sort of stuff. So again, it's another way that Seasons brings more varied gameplay to us. Alright, now he's finished, so we're going to continue though, and we don't want him to fold up, but he's going to. I don't even stop him. What we're going to do is we are going to go clean up these areas. turn it on. Don't worry about those corners there because we won't collect those as we're harvesting anyway. We use the last of our seeds just to fix up all these little turning patches it misses. So between the two of them I should be able to get most of those done. So we'll do the ones up this end of the field with this one. Raise him up, head on over and find the other ones over in this corner. And that's all our fields. Let's turn it off. And then that'll be all our fields repopulated, or the fields that can be repopulated with sunflower, and we'll see how it goes. And like I said previously, if we get to the point that we don't get to harvest this before winter, we will just plough it all under. Why would we do that? Well, we want to put more profitable crops in, not just sunflower. So if we left our sunflower in, by the time we harvest it in the next game year, we would not be actually maximising the money or potential income we could make by using other crops. So that's the reason why we would do it that way. Alright. You can head on down here, and then we'll set the fertiliser up, and he can go and fertilise the field, and then that will be about the end of the episode, I would say. That's about the end of the episode now. So by the time we come back, I would expect that not only will we be able to harvest that soybeans crop, which we'll do in the next episode, but we should also be in a position to be almost ready to harvest our three cotton fields, two big, large, very large cotton fields, field 18 especially. Let's just bring that up. So field 18, down the bottom left hand side is cotton. Field 8 is also cotton. So they're both very large fields. And field 7 is soybeans. And field 13 I think was our other cotton field, while field 11 is sugarcane. So hopefully we'll be in a position ready to harvest. No, I didn't lower that, so that was a waste. Yeah, we'll be in a position to harvest those crops, so that'll be the next couple of episodes. The sugarcane will be an episode in its own right, as to will be a couple of episodes probably on the cotton, particularly the baling and stacking of the bales and all that sort of stuff. So really looking forward to that, and I think you'll enjoy the cotton baling. It should be good fun. But I'm also really looking forward to doing the sugarcane. We haven't done sugarcane in any Let's Play episode as yet, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. That should be good fun. All right, let's go back. Where is he? It would be just as easy just to click on the map and go over there. But anyway, I've done it this way now. There we go. Had to be one of the last ones, didn't it? All right. So, continue. You head on back. Take these two tractors back, fill them up with seed again. Actually, we'll be about due as well to get the seed master running a bit more, because we'll be running a bit low on seed. We've used, what, 4, 6, 8, about 10,000 litres of seed so far. Actually about 15. So certainly need to start producing some more seed, which is going to take some solid fertiliser and some seed from one of our arable crops, whether it be barley, wheat, canola. So that's what we can use. Anyway, I'll fertilise. Actually, no, I'll just set him up. He can start off, and then I'll park these other two, and this one can finish off camera. But it won't take him very long at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to set him up. Whoops. Make sure I've got the right mode. Fertilising. And we're going to do field 10. and we've got one only. We're going to do 6. I find that if I do more headers, I tend to get more header rows. I tend to get a lot less of the AI worker going and doing loops. Okay. Current vehicle position. Why did I do that? Field 10. Current vehicle position, smooth, deactivated, and we'll try it again, see if it gives us that error again. Although it's not an error, it's just an information box. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Alright, let's have a look, see what course it's given us. That's why. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just clear that out. We'll go 4 and go 10 again. Calculate. Dum, 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 dum. Waiting, waiting. There we go, that's better. So it was because we had too many header rows and it was just going to overwrite itself sort of thing, and it wasn't going to necessarily work. Alright, first waypoint, drive course, off he goes. Alright, he's off, so that'll be fertilised. And these gents here, what we'll do is we'll just reverse him up. Pretty much follow me. And we'll head on back to the farm. Alright, and we'll start doing the sign off. So thanks very much for watching us here on Beaver Creek. I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm very glad that we got it up and running again. I mean, after having to do, I think we restarted this series like about 8, maybe 9 times. When Steve was going through all the map updates and stuff like that. So a new version came out and then the save game wouldn't work and we'd have to start again from scratch to get at the same point. Blah, 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 blah. If it didn't work, I was not going to set it all up again and continue on. I was just going to go, right, that's it, had enough, can the series. But thankfully we got it to work. So that was all good. So we're just going to fill him up, fertilizer. Make sure he's stopped behind us. So there we go, seed start. So we'll now bring him in and start the fertilizer. If I just go out just a little bit wide, we'll start. All right. So yeah, so thanks very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back here on Beaver Creek when we return and hopefully get stuck into some cotton and some sugarcane harvesting, some good Aussie farming. And until then, take care of your loved ones, look after yourselves, and no matter whether it's morning, afternoon, evening or night, have a wonderful time, and we shall see you again very, very soon back here at Duckzorly Gaming. Don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Okay, thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye.